Check. Alright.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Alright. We finally here. Let's get to it. Episode 52. The PoorMan'sPoetry.com podcast. I'm your host, Dennis. We got my boy Saleem Tha Dream in the building. Yes, yes.
Peace and blessings. Love.
For sure. You hear that? That's me playing in the background. If you haven't heard it yet, make sure you go check out Perfectly Yourz. All your streaming platforms. Alright, we back, man. Like you said, we got my boy Saleem Tha Dream in here, the poet,
sir.
the lyricist.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So let's start off like this. Where you from?
Okay, I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
Born and raised, I'm a native of Savannah. I grew up in my family, and I grew up in West Savannah, partially West Savannah and partially Brandonwood, partially Garden City. Like, my mom's side of the family is from West Savannah, and my dad's side as well. But my father's side is from Garden City. So it's like, it's crazy because growing up, if you were Savannah native and if you're out the West, you will know like growing up and back in the day, it was always kind of like this beef between West Savannah and Garden City. So it's like, with me, I kind of was looked at as like I kind of was able to see both sides of the fences, like throughout my whole life with anything and everything. And that was it too. Like, a lot of my friends was from West Savannah, but then when I moved to Garden City, I ended up becoming friends with a lot of people from Garden City as well, and all of us went to the same school. So it's like, it was like me being able to see both worlds. So
I got you. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what makes somebody well balanced and well rounded, you know?
Facts. And you able to be a median. You able to, like, for real, I can see how people can believe in unity. I'm one of those people who believe in unity. It's very possible, but it's just about breaking through the ego and the pride.
Facts.
That's it, and really tapping in with the highest frequency of love. Yeah.
It's easier to said than done for more people though these days, you know.
Yeah.
So.
You're right about that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you seem like you sort of like a young OG, man. How old are you for the people that don't know?
I'm 23.
23. Okay.
I just turned 23. The older I get, the younger I become. Like Benjamin Button. For real, cause I'm a life path number 9. So if you aren't familiar with like life path numbers, like life path number is basically like you add up your birthday, you add up your whole birthday, and you reduce it to one number, and that is your life path number. So each life path number has its own meaning. It kind of gives you a depth of who you are on the soul level, not just your personality. That's more so zodiac signs and astrology. But your life path number, it ties in with it. So my life path number is a number 9, and the highest it goes to is a 33, which is a master number. But the 9, a life path number 9 is basically a soul that's reincarnated on Earth in abundance of time, that done been every life path number, that has every attribute of every other life path number before 9. Because if you don't know, every number ends, 9 is the last number. So after that, everything adds up to 9 if you think about it. So you can have like 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. My birthday is 7/29/98. 7/29. So 7 plus 2 is 9. That's still 9 plus 9. It's 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So it's like 9 is a very special number. It's a powerful number. It means existence. It means completion. It means complete, whole existence. Like, now I can just live, because like this is basically my graduation year of life. So this lifetime, this is my graduation lifetime. Like, this is the lifetime where I have to get everything right, get everything together, so I can go to the next level.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just a little bit about.
I got some wisdom. I have heard something along those lines like that before. Okay.
Everyone, she's a life path number 7. You know, Jesus was a life path number 7. Bob Marley was. Life path number 7s are real. They are real spiritual beings. Like, a lot of people were life path number 7s that was like considered prophets and people who kind of had an impact on the world because they was always in search of that spiritual clarity. So that's what drove them. That's why Bob Marley was him. That's what drove
very
him
analytical,
very
analytical, very in depth, very mystical, very just really magical. Honestly, think a lot and stuff like that. Yeah,
and very creative.
Yeah,
very creative.
That's what's I'm learning a lot from y'all today. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, for real. Like, check it out. Like, when you get the chance, like, add up all your birthday, like add up all the numbers in your birthday and reduce it to one number, and that'll give you your life path number, and it'll help you find out more about yourself and your attributes. Like, it'll be things that you probably already know, but it'll go in depth with it, and it'll give you a sense of like, okay, this is why I'm this is why I've done things like this. It'll help you align your purpose. It'll help you figure out your purpose more.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna tap into that. Y'all make sure y'all tap into that too. Make sure you check out your life path number.
Yeah.
Find your life path number.
Yeah, for real.
Facts. So you know a lot about, you got a lot of wisdom. You seem like you are a poet. You do a lot of poetry readings at a lot of these live events. I don't know if you want to talk about that or you want to talk more about your rapping.
Both. We can do both. Okay. So poetry, all right. I started rapping before. I mean, but both are the same. They both the same. But I started more so songwriting, and spitting, and that I started that first before I actually got in depth with poetry. What got me into poetry was 4 years ago in 2017. I moved to Atlanta, and I was 18. I felt like I needed to go to Atlanta. I felt like I was in the verge of going through this spiritual awakening. I was changing. I was becoming too different. I wasn't blending in no more with the people who was a part of my old life.
Okay.
So I moved to Atlanta to pursue music, and it basically just was that was like the start. My spiritual journey started when I was born, but that was like me being awakened to my spiritual journey. And
at that time,
So I did a lot of journaling. I did a lot of meditating. I used to journal every day about my journey, my thoughts, how I felt, what was going on in my life. Like I have like dozens of journals from back then until now. So when I started journaling, then eventually I just started writing poetry. I just noticed it, like I'd be journaling, then I'd just be rhyming, it's like my diary. I'm having fun. Then I just started just doing poetry. So eventually that's when the poetry came in, and then I started meeting more poets. When I started meeting more poets, it influenced me and inspired me and motivated me to do more poetry. And I had she's one of my closest friends. Shouts out to Venus. Venus she's a great poet. She always done poetry. It's a way of expression. It's a way of getting out those feelings, those emotions that you probably feel you can't talk about every day or talk to or express to the people that surround you. It's like poetry is so much healing, and especially when you can go out and express that poetry, people don't understand how much healing that really does, So
I believe it does.
Yeah, it really does. And it actually gives you a chance to actually dissect who you are. Because when you read your poems, you be like, damn.
You reveal yourself to yourself.
To yourself,
Reveal yourself to yourself, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You writing it, you thinking it, you feel this way. Then when you read this, you be like, damn, this is really me for real.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this is really a facet of me or a side of me or a layer of me. So that's what got me into poetry. And then I feel like it helps with also what I learned too is it helps with the crowd, engaging in the crowd. It helps with the intimacy of being able to connect with everybody in the room and feeling out the energies,
As far as like doing poetry to like performing. I got you.
It goes hand in hand, and it gives you that opportunity to, if it's a difference from performing at a club and it's 200 people in the club compared to you at a bar and it's probably 30 people in that bar.
I got
so
you.
now it's like everybody's more tuned in. They could have their own thing going on, conversating, whatever, vibing. But it's like since it's a little bit of y'all, everybody's gonna be looking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's engaging.
Very intimate.
It's real intimate. You can talk to the crowd. You can loosen up. You can just
be.
and just be, and then be yourself and just flow. So I love poetry though, for real. It really helps a lot. It helps a lot with shadow work. Shouts out Breeze. Breeze just dropped a song called Shadow Work. Phenomenal song. Breeze.
Yes.
Breeze
still trying to get you in here, busy man.
Yes. For real. He the A&R, man. He the A&R / artist. He all in one for real. But like Shadow Work. Shadow Work is something that I'm gonna speak on. Not just my people, my melanated black people. Shadow work is something that we have the lack of knowledge of, the lack of awareness of, and we don't partake in as much as we should. We unconsciously partake in it, but not consciously. So shadow work is basically, we all have a shadow side. We all have a light side, a shadow side. That's where the concept of yin and yang comes from. We have our yin and our yang, and then we have our inner child. Our inner child is the core of that essence. It is the core of your godly self and your lower self, whatever you want to call it. And shadow work helps you go deeper into who you are. Your shadow side possesses all of your deepest secrets, your the
things that you hide from yourself.
Exactly.
The things that you don't want to admit to yourself.
The things you don't want other people to see.
Yep.
But also the shadow side has gold there. It's treasure there. It's if you pay attention to these superhero movies, shows, whatever, if you notice with the evil person, the villain, they always pretty much almost just as stronger, if not stronger than the superhero.
Correct.
That's their shadow side. Your shadow side really possesses all of that raw power, that raw energy. That's why when people get converted, or when people are more into their shadow side, they get lost in it because of the power of it. As humans, we want power. So when they
Star
feel
Wars,
that,
I got
Venom.
You
Ever seen Venom?
Yeah, I have.
Venom, for example, that's the perfect example of your shadow side, the Cardinal, Venom himself, and then being one with Eddie. So now they one. You got to know that your shadow side is a part of you as well, and you are a part of your shadow side. So with positive people, with a lot of positive people in the spiritual community, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people kind of get it misconstrued when they want to become more positive or enlightened or whatever the case may be, because they get to a certain state and then negative energy becomes a thing. Like, I don't even want to feel that. So now when you get around negative energy, you kind of don't even know how to respond to it. So it makes you sense. Uncomfortable. It makes people shut down. It makes people break down. But you got to understand, negative need positive. Positive need negative. In order for light to come, it had to be darkness. We need balance. One another. So if you have that balance, and okay, if you in a hostile situation and you see this person is negative, and you okay, this is a test for me right now. You could look at that person, you could be calm, you could be still within yourself, and you could have a conversation with that person and dismantle that whole situation just purely off of your energy, just how strong your presence is. Compared to this person, he rah, I'm gonna beat your ass, whatever, and you just calm.
I've experienced that before.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the power of the shadow side. For real, it's a lot of power in the shadow side. It's a lot of power in the shadow work. And it helps you become your perfect self. I believe that being perfect is being imperfect. Accepting yourself with your flaws. Accepting yourself for who you are at this moment. Take away the ego, take away the pride, take away the clothes, the materialistic things. We spiritual beings first.
Facts.
Then we're humans, but we're spirits first. We're souls first. So this is just the vessel. Like she always say, these just are meat suits.
These are just meat suits.
These just are meat suits. These just are disguises.
Okay.
But on our heart and the soul level, that's who we truly are. So that's how niggas like Breeze, tattoos all over your face everywhere, but can go into place and conduct himself as like one of the brightest businessmen in the room. Facts. Same thing. That's the reason why my first tattoo was a heart on my face. It blends so well with my skin.
I just noticed
you
that just now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like I done had plenty jobs after that. People don't even, my manager be like, bro, you have a tattoo on your face? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like I done had all type of moments. I done conduct myself with millionaires, all type of people, and they don't even see that. They don't see the tattoos on my hands. They just see my spirit. They see my soul. They hear me. They feel me.
Energy.
Exactly.
Yep.
Facts.
So, yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I like this guy. I like this young man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, so
vice versa, man. I like you, man.
For sure.
I appreciate you for even doing something like this, man. I seen you have viewers in other countries and stuff like that. That's the key. People sleep on stuff like that. When I seen it, I was like, yeah, he on it. He on it for real, cuz.
I appreciate it, man.
For real, seriously, man.
I'm just trying to build a platform.
Yeah.
It's small right now, but we're trying to make it.
It's building, though. It really is. And, like, And sometimes, they say, it's hard to be a hero in your hometown or where you from. And that's kind of what it takes, too, is for the people, like, you're going to receive more love from people who don't know you compared to the people who see you every day and stuff.
Facts.
So, yeah, man, you on the right path with this, for real. That's powerful. I had this YouTuber, I think he's British or something like that, but he's a millionaire. He like do YouTube videos on cars and stuff like that. But this is like 4 years ago, 2017. I wasn't making music at the time. I was struggling. I was in the space of like my awakening. I was just living and learning about life. And he reached out to me. He used one of my old songs for one of his YouTube videos. And it inspired me. Like, this man is all the way in England or something like that. He reached out to me, told me. I seen the video, and I gotta find that video. I'm gonna find that video.
That's what's up, though. Yeah, see, but
and they let me know.
Matter.
Yeah, it
small
really
things
matters.
build up to the big things.
It matters, exactly. And God will constantly remind you of who you are and what you're doing. Even when you feel like you're not in that energy, when you feel like you don't have the motivation for it, or you feel like there's no hope or hope lost, it's like God will let you know, like, nah, this is what's for you for real.
He gonna remind you of synchronicities.
Every time.
He gonna remind you of synchronicities. He gonna remind you of people who have way more things than you. He's gonna remind you of people that are doing way more than you. He's gonna remind you in just small things, big things, little things, the little moments, but you have to pay attention. You have to be aware of them.
Exactly.
Facts.
We all receive signs. It's just our people are not used to. We want the sign to be so big and huge and so out of the sky.
Yeah.
It could be in the smallest things. For real. Omens are everywhere. Everything, events always foreshadow themselves before they happen. It's always foreseen. It's all about if you just have that awareness. It's like movies for real.
Facts.
It is. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, so gosh, you just touched on so many different things, but let's get back into. You say you were from Atlanta.
Savannah.
From Savannah, but you moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, I stayed in Atlanta for like 8 months.
Okay.
8 months, 9 months.
Okay, well, the question I was gonna ask you, you don't even seem like that type of dude. I was gonna ask you, I guess, like, what's the most trouble you ever got into?
Alright, the most trouble I can honestly say, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. The most trouble I ever got into was Thank God I changed my life.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, man.
We all did.
For real. Like going back to my old self, my younger self, my past self, being from Savannah and stuff, and the youth is like, now a lot more people are joining gangs and stuff like that. Like the gang culture is getting more and more populated and popular in Savannah. But like, if you really from Savannah, it was always like hoods. Everybody it was always a hood thing. Okay, you from East Savannah, West Savannah, Caton Homes, Fraser Homes. It was always Can Park, Collar Brownsville. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
it was more so
right.
hood beefs rather than the gang thing.
The actual personal beef.
Yeah. So this after I graduated high school, but in high school we was create. This was the time period when everybody around my age was creating their own little gang, but like they had their own names for it. It wasn't no color thing. It was just everybody's creating their own little gang. So I remember my old friends, my old people, they was beefing with these other people or whatever. Yeah. And I remember I would say getting away with an attempted being an accessory to an attempted assassination.
I got you. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, but that moment taught me a lot too. It taught me how much I was protected, and it taught me a lot about my shadow side. Because in all honesty, I really conducted the whole plan. They were just about to do it. I was like, no, you about to stop, slow down. So it taught me a lot about myself and about the side of me that that's a part of me as well. You get what I'm saying? So it taught me a lot. That situation. I'm thankful to be able to get out of that situation untouched, unharmed, and I'm thankful everything didn't carry out the way how we wanted it to as well. That was completely God protecting everybody involved in that situation.
Facts.
I ain't even gonna sit here and cap. So yeah, I would say that's one thing I can definitely remember the most trouble I ever got into, like off the top of my head for sure. And then it's been other things too as well, but I always find a way to get out of situations.
Okay, that's what's up.
I always find a way to get out of situations.
That's how you got to do it anyway. You got to slide up out that thing.
Yeah, you got to, for real. Like Nas did, you got to pay attention, change your life.
Absolutely.
For real, Nas changed his life at the right time.
So like I said, you only 23, but like I said, you seem like you done been through, like you said, you done been through a lot. So you said like you've been doing a lot of journaling. Do you plan on like actually like writing a book or anything like that later on in the future?
Yeah, facts, for real. Yeah, I'm gonna tie like not only just all my old journals, but just tie everything in for real. And yeah, man, because I know too the levels of where I want to take this. Not just I want to live. I am living a very peaceful, abundant, blissful life. A very a life just filled with love. But I'm one of those people. I'm revolutionary, for real. I'm gonna take it there.
That's what's up.
And I feel like. You have to study history, and that's one thing I've done is study history and seeing when our people always have it, where they lose it at, or what would happen that'll derail the whole purpose of mission or what's going on. And I've been studying on that a lot. So I feel the first step, of course, is like they say it takes money to go to war. Definitely have your money up. That's definitely have like your team solid. And do it in different ways. It doesn't have to just be in a violent way. Like right now, I'm in the real estate, and I believe that with me being in real estate and buying back the hood, just simply it's monopoly. You got to play these people at their game. It's chess. So instead of just let's go riot, let's go loot, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
To me, it doesn't at least. It's the same thing. Nothing hasn't changed. We got to play them at their game. We got to take back the land. This is our land. Let's take back this land. Let's do this. Okay, cool. Like I was watching a podcast earlier. I don't know if you're familiar with these guys. What's his name? He's Professor Griff. He used to be a part of Public Enemy.
Right, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Griff, Red Pill, Blue Pill. These just like different like occultists and guys in the spiritual community and stuff. And I watched a lot of their podcasts and stuff like that. Okay. And they was talking about the cancel culture and about what's going on with Kyrie Irving and the whole Dave Chappelle thing and just everything that's happening right now.
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. A lot is being exposed as well.
Facts.
A lot is being exposed.
A lot
is being exposed, and that's what's really going on.
About people's being hypocrites.
Even the people that we kind of champion, like the people who we kind of, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is exposing themselves because now it's getting real. Yeah. Now it's okay. And what they were saying in it was white people's black people. It's a lot of white people's black people, a lot of celebrities that's white people's black people, a lot of athletes. LeBron, I love LeBron. I salute LeBron. I feel like they be giving LeBron a hard time as far as when it comes to just his craft as a NBA player. Mm-hmm. But LeBron always knows how to play his role. Like Buddy said this shit. Red Pill said it. He was like, in sports for the black people, it was the spirit of Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay, he won the title, and the most radical thing he did was change his name to Muhammad Ali. Facts. Everybody, what they try to do with the black athletes is throw back the money thing. Like with Stephen A, he been stressing about First Take the other day, stressing to Kyrie about, do you know how much money you're making? That's what they try to do with us, to make us be like the money. But look at how much money y'all making. Look at how much money, the crumbs we giving y'all from the white people. So he said it's the spirit of Muhammad Ali. Then you had the spirit of O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson was that same guy who said, I'm not black, I'm O.J. But then Muhammad Ali, I'm not Cassius Clay anymore, I'm Muhammad Ali. This was in a time where you had the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, like, come on, you get what I'm saying? He's the heavyweight champion of the world. Right. His name is Muhammad Ali.
They trying to send that man to war.
Yeah, mm-hmm. come on. Mm-hmm. So that's what's going on in sports and just with our celebrities, like, with everything that's going on, it's just only thing I feel like what they always try to do is just make us question one another, make us try to go against one another as well. Mm-hmm. So a lot is just being exposed where, okay, shoot, if you don't want to get not with their program, but with the new revolution, the program, we taking our power back. It's inevitable. It's in the sacred text.
And what the power is nowadays is money. So exactly. It's like if you don't do go along with the status quo. We're gonna hit you where it hurts.
Exactly.
Where is the power?
That's what they try to do with the baby, all of them. You get what I'm saying? Like Dave Chappelle said, the baby, he didn't even get canceled for killing. He killed somebody in Walmart. His daughter was there.
Exactly.
He
but
blew
the
up.
second he said something about
up. He blew up after that. He literally blew up after that. But as soon as he said something about it's over with. So it's like, it's like it's just being exposed. A lot is being exposed. A lot in the country is being exposed. The president, all that is really being exposed. Like I heard something as well. Not to get too far off topic, but I heard something as well about you know, like how a year ago all those black quote unquote activists were so behind Joe Biden and Al Sharpton and all them, and because they looked at it as like, okay, he gonna let us in the White House, and then say right after Joe Biden became in the presidency, he stopped answering their phone calls, all that. They started, you know, going out publicly and saying, you know, what Joe Biden doing, he's not returning our phone calls and this and that. Then apparently they had a Zoom meeting. All of them got on Zoom and say Joe Biden cussed out Al Sharpton.
Seriously?
All that. Yeah, because, and guess what he told all of them in the Zoom meeting? He said America is not only doomed because of black people, but it's doomed because of the depopulating of white people. White people are going to be minorities in a couple years. They try to hide that from us. They try to keep statistics like it's not that many black people. No, come on, bruh. We know it. Come on, bruh. It's come on, bruh. They not gonna be able to survive. The sun is awakening everybody. They can't handle the sun. You get what I'm saying? The sun
true.
They can't. So it's like it's a lot going on, man. And it's just those black people who believe that nothing wasn't gonna change, and they really chose money over morals and morality. They just gonna have to, you know,
perish.
Yeah, they don't have to perish and suffer.
It's
not
unfortunate.
casting nothing on them, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's we are in the end of times, but it's not gonna end in the way of like the world is gonna explode. No, nah. It's just with the doctrine of everything.
They're trying to make us sort
man.
of. I think they're trying to make us sort of kind of destroy ourselves, kind of.
Yeah.
So
the battle is mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's a whole spiritual warfare. It's a whole. That's why the agenda they pushing so much of transgender, is gay. They get into the kids. That's why because it's programming. That's all they ever did was programmed us. So now it's like they knowing it's coming to the end. Now they just throwing everything. They just throwing everything out. It's obvious. It's like they're not even hiding anymore. It's like with the whole last week with Facebook and all that
shutting down and everything. Yeah.
Everything
lost $7 billion
in a couple hours.
A couple of hours.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Alright, back. Alright, yeah. So let's get back into the music a little bit. So what's your background with the music? How'd you get into rapping? I mean, I know you said you started the poetry first, but what made you want to start performing and rapping?
Okay, shoot, rap music has always been around me my whole life. One of my mom's favorite artists is Master P. Okay. Master P, MJG, 8 Ball. So that's all I heard. Old Lil Wayne, the Carter One, Camouflage, like Lil Bootsy, Webby, like that's all that was always around growing up. So I always just loved rap music. And I remember when I was 12, Gucci Mane used to be my favorite rapper. Like I was like, I'm talking about in 5th grade, like only person listening to Gucci Mane, like MP3 player listening to Gucci Mane, OJ the Juice Man, Shawty Low. Like I loved the Atlanta trap sound. I felt like I knew that Atlanta was gonna be Atlanta back then, like because of they sound, the beats, the engineering, the producers, the slang, the lingo, all that. And when I was 12, I used to watch a lot of vlogs. I used to watch a lot of Brick Squad studio vlogs with Waka Flocka, Gucci Mane, and producers like Lex Luger, Southside, and stuff. And it made me want to make beats because I felt like the key to the trap sound was the beats. I felt like the beats was the key. Like, no offense to the rappers, but I felt like everybody was their own individual, but I felt like they definitely wasn't top tier lyricists. Gucci was probably the most top tier lyricist out of everybody. His peers, as far as OJ the Juice Man, Shawty Low, Rocco was hard too. A lot of people sleep on Rocco. Rocco was hard. They
was all hard, but I get what you're saying about the lyrics.
Some lyrics. If you really like Gucci, really, he was a poet. He said it like Gucci. Really, you could tell. Okay,
he was.
He really okay. He wrote. You could tell he's a writer. So I paid attention to it, and I wanted to make beats. Downloaded Fruity Loops. I tried making beats. It didn't work. So I just used to always was just infatuated with it. Just used to always watch it. And my senior year in high school, first Long Live Flip, my cousin Flip, he was bro recorded a song when we was in 10th grade. I remember, and he came in class and showed me. He showed us the song. He showed me the song, and he was the youngest one on the song, but he had the hardest verse. He was pipe, like, and I was like, wow, it was so inspiring. And we always used to talk about how we was gonna be these rich rappers, and just how we just always talk about it. And so my senior year in high school came. My mom ended up being friends with becoming friends with shouts out my mom. She ended up becoming friends with these artists named B&E. I don't know if you ever heard of B&E, Resonation Entertainment. They from the West Side, Tremont Park. Shouts out Jitty T, Juice, TZ, Bossman, TZ.
Okay.
A lot of them, like that whole era. And that was in 2015. And they was the only people I felt in Savannah who literally got love from everybody, from every side of town. Them being who they is, them being from the West and all that. They was able to go everywhere from Overtime to Island Breeze to Karma, go to those different places and
old school clubs.
Oh yeah, and really pipe it up and have everybody singing their songs. I'm talking about getting authentic 50,000 views, 60, you know what I'm saying? Real authentic views. And I'm like, yeah, like the city was behind them. And my mom took me over there to their studio one day. And I had the experience of being in the studio, and that job changed my life. I remember that day like it was yesterday. We in the trap. They got the studio in the trap. It was like some movie job. Like, I'm talking about.
You was
like,
locked in.
All the way locked in. Like, all the way, like I couldn't get out. Like, it's like I stayed in the studio. Even when they would walk out, a lot of traction going on. I'm the only one in it, just in the booth, just like, wow. Like, this happening right now. I'm looking at like, wow. Like, I might be in a music video. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So, I used to, that was definitely the blueprint I studied. I studied them boys, and I always remind them boys whenever I cross paths with them, like, bruh, like, I studied y'all boys' blueprint because y'all had it. Y'all really had it. Like, even, like, it may have not seemed like it, but bro, on the outside looking in, y'all really had it. Y'all had it. So I studied a lot of their blueprint and implemented it into, like, me and my team and our team and what we built in our foundation. And also, too,
STS.
Yes. Okay. Something that sticks. Shout out something that sticks. Okay. And like, I'm gonna be honest with you, things aren't the same anymore. It's wild how life and things work, but I always keep my word and I always keep my bond. Like, something that sticks was something that sticks. It's very profound. I feel like we helped Savannah a lot with our energy. Over the past couple of years, we started throwing house parties in 2019. We started having house parties, and SCAD students started coming to Savannah State.
I have heard about them parties.
All that. Listen. I'm talking about legendary. Like, you had to be there to see it. And I felt like in 2019, Savannah was very dead. When I came back to Savannah from Atlanta, Savannah was very dead.
There was a little shift.
It was a shift. In 2018, it was like Savannah was just dead. Like, everything from the weed to everything was just bad. People was dying. It was like the energy, it was just like a cloud over Savannah. And I felt our energy brought a lot of fun, joy, positivity. And we started having parties, and we started networking. I felt like a lot of people now, even in the city, a lot of people were having parties at these clubs and stuff. No offense, it's all love, but I felt like they seen what we was doing, and they studied it, and they implemented it to what they're doing today. And I felt like if it wasn't for us, this, like, the energy in Savannah right now, it wouldn't be as where it's at right now. So I would say that. And shouts out everybody in Something That Sticks. Nate, J-Man, 22, like, I love them boys, my brothers forever. We don't talk as much as we used to. We not on the same accord anymore, but it's all love. You know, I had to learn with myself that with me, I had a problem with whenever I would receive a blessing, I would immediately give it to everybody else like it's theirs. Like, and I had to learn, like, if a door is meant for me, I have to walk through it first and then let everybody in.
Bring everybody. Instead
of trying to bring everybody in through the door with me, and I'm still letting them go in before me, and it's my door. So it's like I had to really, it just was some things I had to reevaluate. And then
that's young OG talk, man, right there. But
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm about
I had to reevaluate it. And then, like, now it is Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe is built off of people who we all feel we know each other from past lives, like in another lifetime, because it's that instant soul connection. So with her, she's a part of it. Her, Jay Bird, Jayla, she's a poet. Tim with the Y. To Benji, he's from Atlanta. We all are from different areas.
That name sounds so familiar. Tim with the Y. I think I've seen. Was he at Palooza one day?
Yeah,
I think I have seen him. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. DJ Richie Rose, he's my brother. We have the same mom. He's a DJ as well. He's a chop, and he chops and screw. So he's phenomenal. Xavier, the artist. Leek Malik, he's from Savannah, rather, but he stays in Atlanta.
He was raised in Atlanta, lived in Savannah, but born in Senegal.
Okay.
Yeah, very dope artists. When I say everybody, I'm talking about we all make each other better. It ain't no pussyfoot, and ain't no like nah. I'm talking about we real.
Nobody's really left behind.
We all on the same page.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and we all are our own individuals. So we all. It's not even like it's no competition, no egos involved. No, nah. It's teamwork make the dream work. So
Fact.
It was like I feel with something that sticks, I was able to learn the things that I need to learn how to make amends in relationships. Even when it was things with something that sticks that I seen coming that I talked to everybody about, and I felt it could have been resolved. It was like God was like, no, you know what I'm saying? And I know when God is intervening in things, so it's like, okay, cool. There's only but so much I can do right now.
Facts.
Let me leave it alone. And yeah, so yep, and yeah, man. And also too, going back to the how I started rapping, I always pay homage and credit to the people, the artists that's already on that influenced me. Like, one of them was Playboi Carti. He was one of the first artists I heard that was making music about the things that I was doing, which at the time was just drugs, just taking Xans and
I can
girls
see some,
and you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was like hearing him, I was like, he making his lifestyle seem very cool. At first, one thing that I was afraid of was like, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. Knowing I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Then when I heard him, I was like, wow, I know what to talk about. Let me just start. So after I graduated high school, I was going to go to Valdosta State. And I didn't want to go to Valdosta State again. I didn't want to go to college. And I was like, I might just make music. And I remember like going to the studio. Shouts out Quay. Quay was a legendary engineer in Savannah and an artist as well. Quay, and his studio was in Portland where everybody had started recording at. Quay crossed paths at Quay.
I think I met Quay one time.
Light skin?
Yeah.
Light skin, yep, that's him. Yep, Quay. Shouts out Quay. Quay for real. I appreciate Quay a lot. So that was the start. Artists like Mari, Skrilla Krillin, like just like them boys really Vincent. Shouts out Vincent for real. I appreciate them boys because we all grew up with each other. We all went to the same school. We all was off the same side of town, and them boys really introduced me to the studio. They helped me get acquainted with the studio, so I'm gonna always give thanks to them. And after that, it just like the passion was there, and I just like I'm gonna just do this. And then early on, I received signs that this was meant for me. One of my first songs on SoundCloud called "Feeling Myself." It has 100,000 listens, and I remember when it like popped. This guy who I listened to off SoundCloud, he reposted it. I paid him for a repost. And he didn't even know it was going to do that because, like, that's what certain artists would do. They'd be like, oh, if you send me $50, I'll repost your song for a day. Stuff like that. You know, just, you know, they little hustle or whatever. So, in a day, my song probably had, like 50, 100 listens. And it went up to, like, the next day, like, 8,000 listens just from being reposted. And he texted me. He was like, bro, your song going up right now. And I was like, I see. People was calm, like real calm, like people was really loving
real
the song.
engagement, yeah.
Real engagement. From then, that was 2016. From then, it just built on. I didn't even promote it, shoot no video for it. I'm talking about people making dance videos to it, all type of stuff. So that let me know, like, okay, this is meant. And then I went to Atlanta to record in 2017. So this is how God works. Ended up paying this dude for a feature named Terrence Escobar. Shout out Terrence Escobar. Paid this man for a feature. We ended up recording in the same place where Playboi Carti recorded at, with 1,000 artists like 1,000 Man Fonny, all of them, like this in Stone Mountain, this little mini mansion, like they own little trap party house. Like it was like a dope experience. Like to them it's regular, but to us we from Savannah, like this is like, so that was like a whole omen in itself. So like it just let me know, like I was like, this real.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Can't take the moments lightly.
Nah, don't take it lightly. This God let me know, like, bro, you in the right place at the right moment. Like, I'm gonna put you in these places. So that's when it just.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So so you got Perfectly Yours out. You got any plans for another EP or anything dropping soon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The change you needed. I just started recording. I just recorded 2 songs to it so far, man. This is about to be. I'm excited for it. It's back in that same element, that same mode. Perfectly Yours is special to me because I recorded most of that project in my grandma's house in the garage in that Savannah state at Tim with the Y at his dorm. Tim with the Y, he's a phenomenal artist. He's one of the greatest rappers I know, spitters I know. I believe he's one of the greatest in the world. Like, he's beyond, but he's an engineer as well. He's a phenomenal engineer, and our chemistry is like this.
I'm gonna have to tap into him.
Yeah, tap in with Tim. Tim the one. He the one. He the tree. I'm the branch. He the tree.
Okay.
He the tree for real. He a life path number 9 too. Yeah, very, very energetic, very old soul, but young.
Okay.
Yeah, old soul, but he's very, very young, youthful, and yeah. So Perfectly Yours, and also when I recorded Perfectly Yours, my grandmother was alive, so it's like she was in the kitchen, she was in the living room while I was recording, and so it's like special. So now, starting off the process of the change you needed, we done started recording at 912 done spoiled us. So it's like for real, for real. So it's like I went back to the basics. I'm back in my grandma's garage, and like the first song I recorded it in the projects. I recorded it's called River Point now, but it used to be Fred Wesley and his village where Camouflage from. So I recorded my first song. It's called Pain. I recorded over there. And it just brought back that reason on why we doing this. Forget the money, forget everything. Like, bruh, this is we back. It's time, the love for it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, the change you needed. It's a reference. It's a. I'm speaking to myself and saying that I'm the change that I'm needed. So the change you needed, but also I'm referring to everybody else, everybody that was a part of my life, everybody that I crossed paths with. I was the change that you needed. But also as well as like, when people listen to this, like she told me, she was like, my music make people face themselves because it's so, you feel the energy, the emotions, the like, okay, it's not just like a good sound, it makes you, like, it's very vulnerable. I'm very vulnerable. So I feel like the change you needed, if Perfectly Yours was more of my light side, then the change you needed is more of my shadow side. But it's both. It's like I'm preaching. It's like now I'm on my priest. Like I'm preaching. Now I'm really giving the game what I know, my wisdom. I'm giving it. I'm mixing the food with the medicine for real, and really just. So it's like my music gonna make people really face themselves and be like, make them be honest with themselves and make them realize the power that's within them. So the change you needed, also you the change that you needed. You know, I can't change you. You got to change you. You can't change me. That's it. Mm-hmm. You know, they say a man cannot teach another man anything. He can only show them that it was always in him. And that's all it is. You know, it always was in us. It just takes for other people to bring it out of us.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, the change you need is definitely, I'm excited about it. I say it's Perfectly Yours on steroids, but it's probably beyond that. It's very like you definitely gonna hit you're gonna immediately hit an evolution. Like, okay, all right, okay.
It definitely will be a project that you have to get really, 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 really stoned to. Yeah. And like just look in the mirror and like just talk to yourself. Yeah, it's like like a psychedelic trip on its own. Yeah. Yeah. Even Perfectly Yours itself was a psychedelic trip.
If it's gonna be anything like that, Smoker's Delight a little bit, because that one is how you thinking a little bit.
It's gonna be like how you thinking a little bit. It's gonna be like your own GTA character.
Yeah, it's gonna make you take
in your world.
Yeah, you back in your world.
You back in your world. You your own GTA character. You look at your hands. You go outside. It makes you want to go outside, but that's naked and just nothing else matters. Yeah, you face yourself. Yeah, you face yourself.
You face yourself, and you realize that the power is always within.
I told him that's music scary. That's people think you're crazy. People think you're crazy. For real. People think you're crazy. Because
but that's not always a bad thing, though. Artists always considered crazy.
Yes, so. Of course they are.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's spiritual.
Yes.
Bob Marley, some people consider him crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Facts. A lot of people consider him crazy. Like, bro, come on. But he wasn't. So it's like, yeah, like the change you need is, I'm very excited for it, man. And also too is like with the Perfectly Yours, it was so much of it was me. Like I noticed too with my music how I made everything, my situation and circumstances, a lot better than what they actually was. I made it very imaginative and animated. So like with Perfectly Yours, a lot of the things, the people that I'm talking about and referring to, these are the same people that shunned me away, that I don't talk to anymore, that didn't like me, that probably hate me, envy me, but I'm giving them love because this is how I really felt, regardless of what happened. This is how I feel. So even from what that's me, you know what I'm saying? That's really me for real. This is how I was with any woman. That this is me for real. This is how I was with my ex. This is me for real. Like this me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Perfectly Yours was. I feel like the change you needed is more so like, okay, this me. Now I'm being selfish, but I'm being so selfish the way I'm still being selfish. Like now this is me when I'm really like, okay, like Perfectly Yours was I love y'all. The change you needed is fuck y'all.
Okay,
yeah. I gotta have that balance.
Yeah,
but it's still
absolutely.
love though.
Absolutely.
Yin and yang. It's
Yeah.
still love.
So I'm definitely looking forward to it. So if you had any, let's see, if you had any, okay, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Do you think?
That's a great question. Nobody never asked me that. I feel like my strength is my heart. My strength is definitely my heart. The love that I hold and contain and can give, that's definitely my strength. And I feel like my weakness is my heart. I feel like it's both. It's my heart. It can be seen as a weakness, rather, but it's still not a weakness though. I'm gonna say I have areas I can improve in for sure, but I believe that I'm turning my weaknesses into strengths. That's something that I've definitely been working on. So I would say, for example, okay, one thing that I would say, paying attention to detail. That I could say, if that's a weakness of mine, I would say now I do that. Like I do that. I make sure I do that in the smallest things, from cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? Like like my attention to detail, because I can have these. My mind can be so imaginative and creative, and I can see these things, and immediately I'm wanting. This is what I want to happen. This right now, but the details first. Okay, this is what you want. Okay, put up a plan on how this can happen. At least create a blueprint. At least, doodle this down, write this down, and plan. So, and going on an astrology tip. Okay, I'm a Leo. My sun is a Leo. My moon sign is Libra, and my south node is a Pisces, and my north node is a Virgo. So your south node is what you was in the past life, or what traits you already mastered. And your north node is what traits you need to master in this lifetime. Virgos are very down to earth, grounded. They're in the physical, so they all about the details. Let's make this make sense. That's Virgos. You can have a great idea, but okay, let's make this make sense. Bring it to earth. That's a Virgo. Right. The Pisces is la la land, spiritual, daydreaming, visualizing, like magic, mystical. That's what I mastered. So I have to tie both of them in. And then with my sun sign being a Leo, basically my ego is a Leo. So my personality is a Leo. But how I really am on the inside is a Libra. My moon sign, my emotions. Libras are all about balance, justice, consideration, fairness. Leos are all about love and royalty and luxury and abundance, and you know what I'm saying. I had a lot of, like, my grandma's a Leo, she's a Leo. You know what I'm saying? My grandma a Leo, she's a Leo. I have a lot of Leos in my family. My uncle a Leo. So it's like, just like, if you ever seen the Avatar, the show with Aang, Avatar: The Last Airbender, or if you ever heard of it.
That Last Airbender,
yeah. He had to master all 4 of the elements. And that's how I look at zodiac signs, because it's earth, air, water, fire. So I'm a fire sign. So I'm a fire sign. My moon sign is an air sign. I have water in my chart, and I have earth in my chart. My ascendant sign. Your ascendant sign is what you come off as. I'm a Taurus. That's my ascendant sign. So that's my earth. So it's like, I had opportunities where people came in my life. I had Taurus friends. I have my brother's a Taurus. She taught me more about being a Taurus and how Tauruses move. They're a lot calm, cool, real cool, patient. Okay, cool. The fire sign, the Leos is the passion. I have that. She taught me that. My grandma, people like that. And then Libra, the air sign. My grandfather's a Libra. Libras are all about fairness and creativity and spontaneous and thinking outside of the box. So mastering all those elements and being one. I feel like, I'm all about perfect. I believe in, I love Dragon Ball Z Goku. Yeah. Goku believed he was the strongest fighter, and he trained that way. He had the quality to training. What made Goku different from Vegeta was Vegeta worked way harder than Goku, all that. But with Goku was able to have that balance of still being present in the flesh, still enjoying life, still being open, loving. Goku had the heart.
Right.
Vegeta's more like his shadow side. Goku was the light side. Yeah, if you get, you know what I'm saying?
I never looked at it like that. Nah,
that's really how it is.
Yeah.
So Vegeta had all the raw power and strength. It's like he's supposed to be more stronger than Goku, but every time when he came out to it, he wasn't. Even when he'll be able to surpass Goku, Goku still will take it to a whole nother level.
Right.
Because of his heart. So I feel like, yeah, that's me. I feel like that's me. I take on those attributes and stuff. I do a lot of studying and learning from a lot of people. I love learning from people. I'm a student of life first.
I'm the same way.
I love learning from people.
Well, I was gonna ask y'all. What sign y'all think I am? Just by. I know it's y'all first time meeting me, but just our first.
Capricorn.
Close.
Aquarius.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes. Yeah.
Aquarius.
Yeah, you an alien.
For real, alien.
You playing Aquarius for real. This is the age of Aquarius. You know already. Aquarius is already know. Aquarius already know. Big boy in Aquarius. They already know.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
That he knew in the 90s. AT aliens. He been. Yeah, Aquariuses are dope. I love Aquariuses, man. They are dope. I have a lot of friends that's Aquariuses too. Yeah,
that's what's
for
up.
real. Y'all are very
thinkers
in here.
Yeah.
Y'all all the way in here.
You seem like you just being here and then you kind of respond when you need to, and you kind of come back to the physical when you need to. But you feel like you live 90%. I feel like 90%. You live 90% of your life in there.
Probably
and then you
most
kind of just put it out in the real world when you feel like it. But you prefer to stay in here.
So when you need to.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Aquarius. Yeah. He was. So we haven't even gotten to your girl too much. You got anything you wanna plug? You got anything you wanna get off? Yeah.
That I wanna say about what?
As well, first of all, tell us your name one more time because I forgot it already. Tell us your name one more time.
Well, my name is Libby Loveee, L1BBY, and then Love with 3 E's. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I've been rapping. I haven't been rapping that long, which is funny. I've been rapping and I've been doing poetry and been writing ever since I was 5th grade. But I started rapping in my freshman, sophomore year.
Okay.
Of high school. Yeah, I was about to fail my ELA class in my freshman year because I used to talk too much. And I remember she was just like, "You won't fail this class if you don't do this poetry assignment." And I was just like, "Crap! What the fuck am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do." And I remember at that point, my poem got stolen when I was in 7th grade, so I just stopped writing poetry. And then I had to do that poem to pass the class. The poem passed class, and it just came back. All of it just came back. And then my homeboy Malik, which is a part of Soul Tribe, I met him in my freshman year, and I remember we used to always just be in class. We used to just pass each other our poetry books and shit like that. I remember he was rapping before me. My brother, Goon Baby, R.I.P. to him, he used to rap. My little brother rapped. My dad used to rap. My uncles used to rap. But everybody was all men. All of them were men. I didn't have no women in my family that rap. It was only me. And I was just like, damn, these niggas hard. I want to be like that. So, I was just okay. My dad was just like, okay, if you want to rap, what do you want to rap about? I'm like, I don't know. Shit, I don't kill anybody. I don't do the stereotype of what everybody else does. So it's what can you say? And I don't sell sex either. So it's what do you want to say? So I was just, okay, fuck it, talk shit. Okay, but I think a lot. I'm a life path number 7. Life path number 7s are overly analytical. They live most of their lives in here as well. So I'm like, shit, okay, cool. If I think a lot, I can do lyricism. Bet. So I just sat down, just for like 4 years, just studied like Kendrick, like his blueprints. I studied like J. Cole blueprints. And yeah, like that's really like where I got most of my like my lyrical strengths and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's what's up. I'm gonna have to tap into you when you.
Yeah, she hard, man. Yeah, she hard.
Okay, that's what's up. Y'all whole team, Soul Tribe, right?
Yeah, Soul Tribe.
Okay,
yeah, that's the for real.
I'm definitely gonna have to check y'all out.
The whole, I'm talking about. We like the Warriors. We like the Warriors before they won the first ring.
Okay.
Before.
Yeah, they was hard back then too.
Before,
hard, yeah.
Like
in Mark Jackson days.
I promise you, that's our energy we carry. Like everybody hard. Like you may have the people who be like the star players, but everybody hard. Like nah, it's a team effort for real. Yeah. So and it's like we present ourselves to the world. I feel like everybody feels our energy. We haven't been like on the scene as much as how we was like around Popalooza and all that time.
Like I feel like we all kind of cocooned.
Yeah, we all went in our own cocoon and training and building even more. But it's obvious. It's obvious that the people miss us. They miss our energy. They miss the energy we brought to the clubs and the energy and the love and the connection and the affection and stuff that we brought. So now it's kind of like it's no life. Yeah. So like now they want that
like
life
I said,
back.
After that last Popalooza,
So y'all got something in the works? Y'all